Welcome to the ByeForever show. We are going to be talking about Streamer Gate, as it's been called. I did not come up with that name, Blondie. I swear to you. I did not.
Really? Who gets the credit for that?
Whoever it was pretty epic. Streamer Gate. And, you know, one of the things is I never thought that there would be a scandal as truly like off the charts as the last War Whale scandals that we did, you know, a couple months back. I thought that was pretty much the epic height of all Clash of Clans drama. But of course, the drama continues, and I would have never thought that it would have came from all of the streamers and what was going on with that. So we're going to get into the whole story of what happened. But first, we need to give props right now, because this whole thing is going to be about the CWL finale. So if you're here for anything else, you're probably going to be disappointed. There's a lot to talk about in a full show, plus some. So we're going to try to get into as much as we can, but we want to first start off with the war itself. Dark Looters, back-to-back winners. GG to the DL crew out there. But they have done it again. They are the CWL invite champs. So
congrats to DL. Big time congrats.
Were you surprised, Blondie? I know we did predictions. We all were rooting for War and Glory, but it didn't quite
I wasn't
go
surprised.
That way.
I wasn't surprised. And, you know, there are a lot of really great players in Dark Looters as well. I don't know them all of them as well, as I have quite a few friends in War and Glory, so you know it's hard not to root for your friends. But everyone that I know from Dark Looters is top notch, nice people. So I'm happy that
fucking Nazis, you mean?
oh, we're starting early.
Wow.
Welcome Shubalou to the podcast.
He went there.
All right. While I have the video stream up, we just want to say that this show is brought to you by G Fuel, and everything that Shubalou says is brought to you by G Fuel. We have Shubalou with us, and of course, if we can get as many of the streamers, I'm pretty sure Adam will be here later. I don't know where he is. Is he in the other? No, he's not in yet. Maybe he's asleep. Maybe he finally crashed after this exciting weekend that he's had. But we'll see if Adam is welcome to come on. Scatoria, all of them, of course. But let's start off first with something that happened yesterday. And if you were in the ByeForever Discord chat earlier today, then you would have had listened to an Eclipse rant that he did yesterday on his stream. It was actually pretty interesting. Eclipse always, Blondie, very outspoken, likes to do things his way, and you got to appreciate that he just has his own independent thinking on how he wants to play the game, and he doesn't let things like leagues or other people dictate to him how he's going to do his stream. Mm-hmm. So he had some things that he wanted to say, but we're going to first start off with the whole thing with Streamergate was that there were two streams. There was an official stream that the CWL, I don't even know if it was the admins. Who really set up that stream schedule?
The media team set it up.
So, all right. So how many people do you need for a media team? Are we talking 2 people, 1?
There's quite a few people on the media team, actually, because there's people that are more focused on the streams. There's people that are more focused on the video recaps and like creating video content. And yeah, there's quite a few people on it that help out with the media.
So as far as the lineup goes, we were talking about this last week, but really the first stream and the last stream are kind of the key ones, because that's where most of the attacks are happening, and that's where people really like to jump in for the early excitement of the war and then the finale of the war.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
So we saw that Clash with Ash was added as the first streamer. How did that go about? Who called him? How did that go down? And what was Ash's response?
Originally, Lady B had that spot when they were trying to, negotiate with all the streamers a schedule that everybody could work with.
Yeah.
They did have Lady B in that opening spot, but when they couldn't come to an agreement and Adam and the War and Glory streamers decided to do their own separate stream, then we had a spot that we needed to fill, of course. So we had to add a couple of extra people to fill in those spots. And we looked into having Ash come on board, and he was available and agreed to do it. So yeah, excited to have him.
So what was like, if you can, it depends on how much you want to share. I want to tell everyone.
I'll share what I know.
And I appreciate that, Blondie, because every week I always put you in the tough position of admin versus the mob. But I think at the end, everybody appreciates that that at least you're there to explain a few things that maybe we just don't know. So
totally.
kind of break it down for us.
But wasn't there 2 lists?
Two lists.
There was 2 lists, right?
Well, I mean, it was like an ongoing list. There was like,
the first
kind
list
of an initial draft, and then once the initial draft was up, then they started bringing people in and kind of trying to figure out who should go where. So it was like a work in progress, I guess. So there were probably multiple versions of it along the way as they talked out the details.
Yeah, but the first list didn't even have Lady B or Adam on it, correct?
I'm not sure.
Why would they not be on there? I mean, they're like.
I can tell you that why they haven't on the first one they didn't put Lady B and Adam because they have been and I quote, they have been rude against a couple of the CWL people.
Lady B can be rude? I don't believe it.
Probably no, but she's a part of Adam. They are like, they're together right now, right? They're basically internet married.
They're a power couple.
They're good together.
Oh, really?
Which is fine.
Adam finally got his way. and there was a Mr. B face reveal over the weekend.
Was there?
Did you see it?
I've met him. I've met him in real life.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Well, Lady B got upset with me because I called her an LA7, which I thought was a compliment. That would be a compliment to anybody.
What is this?
Yeah, well, there were some people in the chat that were talking about her looks. And so we were kind of judging, like, the looks.
Okay.
And I'm ugly. Actually, in fact, I'm fugly. I'm not just ugly, I'm fugly. So I just said that she was an LA7, but a Sacramento 9, which is really high up there. And she got really upset about that. And she's holding me to that. But then...
you're in hot water then?
Well, I saw her husband, and I called him an LA9 or LA8 or something. Forgot. But she got upset about that, too. So there's no pleasing Lady B. Maybe that's why we couldn't get this streamer list off the ground.
Oh, no.
But anyways, I apologize to you, Lady B. I was strictly just busting chops in the chat. You are more than an LA7. In fact, I'll give you a Sacramento 10 on that.
Wow.
But does that mean anything? Sacramento's full of weirdos.
No, it doesn't really.
All right. See that I'm getting worse, so maybe I should just stop talking.
I don't know if you're fixing it, maybe.
I just think you're digging that hole and you're just...
Davrick says there's no pleasing women.
Well,
she's a Puerto Rican 6? No, she's better than a Puerto Rican 6.
Uh-huh.
The chat is getting worse. All right, stop you guys. A UK 10.
Okay.
Yeah, she's definitely. All right, so anyways, her husband finally showed up on stream. That was something that I think everyone was begging for. So, I seen him. He's creeping behind the camera. I don't know what he was doing, but, anyways, shout out to Lady B. How did this whole thing about her being so, what was the word you used? A little cooperative? Is that the word? Or was this more Adam? I mean, as far as like with the stream list, like how was there so much friction with this list? Oh, and Adam's here finally. Thank God. DeadPlate, can you grab that guy?
He's already here.
All right, good. Adam.
Hey, Rick. Sorry to be a few minutes late.
Adam, you are the star of the show, my friend. GG to you guys at War and Glory, and also good job on probably one of the best streams I have seen ever for a clan war. You did an amazing job, my friend.
I'm in a channel with Blondie, DeadPlate, Rig, and Shubalou. I'll never be the star.
You are the star today. But we're starting kind of at the beginning. Let me play something from Eclipse though. This was Eclipse's comment about why in the final 2 hours you chose not to stream out of respect for Supercell because they flew your guys out there. But Eclipse was talking to you yesterday. I wish I had more time to clip everything. But if anybody wants, I will add it as a separate file to the podcast that you can find over at the ByeForeverShow.com. But this is what Eclipse's opinion was of you continuing to stream into the final hours. Hold on, if we can play that.
Okay, so why did he pass it off to Supercell then if he wasn't even on the official list? Why didn't he just say fuck him?
Because War and Glory asked them to not stream it since they flew them out to Finland.
Listen, they're in the finals. They don't have to accommodate Supercell. They're in the fucking finals. Supercell one day, they want them there. They don't have to accommodate no Supercell. I mean, I understand where War and Glory is coming from, but they don't have to ride Supercell just because they're in the fucking finals. They're going to be there regardless. You know what I mean?
Adam, when you saw the stream, what was your impressions of that? I mean, it was pretty horrible, right? The last few hours?
I thought there was a plan. I thought the plan was that they'd do the interviews, they'd do the player profiles, show some replays, and then as time went on, they'd start switching over to more lives. I'm not just saying this just like to be nice. I genuinely thought that was going to happen. And then when it got to like an hour and they were still showing replays, I was like, okay, someone's going to realise soon. And then it got to 30 minutes and they were still showing replays. I was like, okay, now they're going to switch over. And then it got to 6 minutes and they were still doing replays. And at that point, I realised they probably weren't going to switch.
What? Yeah, what was the deal with that?
I was disappointed.
On a production level, I'll ask all you guys. I want to know what Shubalou thinks, although I think I already know his answer. But why do replays on the official stream?
It's fucking horse shit. That's why.
God damn!
Fucking Christ!
Wow.
Hey, we right away found the douchebag of the week. It's Supercell. Yeah, it's Supercell by fucking it up.
That was horrible. That was horrible.
I just don't think that content was aimed at the war community. I think that content was aimed at the 20 or so thousand that they had on YouTube and the 60 or so thousand that they had on.
They're not going to steal Clash Royale players to come over to play Clan Wars, though. Please the war community.
Yeah, but they had a caster or two that was there who were kind of really out of touch with the Clash community as it is.
I mean, from a production standpoint, I can understand why they chose to do it that way. I'm not saying it's right or that was what would be most entertaining for all of us that wanted to see kind of what was happening live. But from a production standpoint, it does make sense logistically that it's easier if you have more control over what your content's going to be from minute to minute. No. And when you're doing lives, you don't really know. Like, so you may start talking about one thing and then, oh, there's a live. So then you have to switch gears. And they did do a lot of showing live attacks last year in the final.
Yeah,
and,
they did.
You know, it was kind of awkward. Like, so they couldn't get in sometimes because the slots were full. And it was not as very smooth stream because of that. You know, the interaction between them was a little bit jerky and awkward because, you know, they were kind of working around this surprise live moments, you know, and they didn't know when they would be. So, you know, from a
the commentary between the two was just atrocious. I mean, it really was. I mean, we had one guy who just wanted to shout out his clan 20 or 30 times during the whole entire thing. And then the other guy didn't understand what kind of attack was actually being done in that moment. Wait, he's using all those miners? Why would he be doing that? Dragons? Did they get a buff?
No.
Oh, yeah, they did.
I think Supercell totally missed it there. I mean, if you set it up like this, then you obviously don't know what the viewer wants. The viewer wants to see live attacks. They don't want to see replays for the last 2 hours of a war. Definitely not in the finals. It's just they missed the whole point of streaming live. Seriously. And they didn't even worse than they did last year.
I agree with Shubalou, but I'd go one step further. You remember the original Star Wars films? What was amazing about them is they were aimed at adults and kids fell in love with them. And then they made the new Star Wars films and they made them for kids and nobody likes them. And this is the key to it, and this is exactly the same as what happened this weekend. We've got this amazing product. Those last 2 hours of war are just incredible. We all love them, we all stream them, we all watch them, we're all part of them. And it's just like, it's the highlight of the week. And then you've got the two best clans currently in the game going at it in a... It wasn't that close, there was 2 stars in it, but it could have turned around, and we all knew it could have turned around. One did fail, and it was wide open. And we all wanted to see it, it was all there. Don't change the product was perfect, and all they had to do was show it, and they missed the boat with it. Shubalou's right, they just missed the point of what we've got. And yeah, and I'm not just talking for the war community here, imagine all the people out there that have never seen wars on this level, they would have fallen in love with it, and that's the point of it. Like,
and also,
the key to it.
Adam, also too, the part of the excitement of watching the live attack is you don't know whether it's going to be a 3-star or not. By turning it into a replay, it seemed like they were only replaying the best hits.
Yeah.
And then they replayed like the same attack.
And then they were doing replays while there was lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not disagreeing. I watched that stream. I watched the Supercell stream, and I would have loved to see more lives as well. I think we all would.
I think we're all just we want to see better streams, and I know that Supercell listens to this. I've heard it from several sources. So if they're going to listen to this stream, I'd say get a streamer that streams Clash of Clans to come to wherever you're going to have it, Finland, Estonia, wherever, and have them do it. They'll do it right. And Adam did it right for the rest of the war. The rest of the guys did. Even Shubalou did it right for 15 minutes. You want to talk about that, Shubalou? You had your 15 minutes of fame on the CWL Final War.
It was perfect. Perfect 15 minutes.
So for those that don't know, Scottoria was asked to be, was that the final? Was he the final streamer?
Yeah, final spot.
He was the final streamer, and Scottoria hands over the stream about midway through his shift to Shubalou. And Shubalou takes over.
It was all a plan. It wasn't like not last minute thing. It was planned like 4 or 5 days before.
Was this really like how did it go down? How did Scottoria, I wish he was here. How did he ask you? How did it go down? Tell me, please.
I've been very good with Scott all season. Really good.
Yeah.
And so basically it came out that me streaming the finals was going to be a problem. At first.
Yeah.
At first it wasn't a big deal. But then Warren Glory backed out of the official stream. So then there was only basically one part of the stream they can stream from. That was Dark Looters. And Dark Looters made, from that point, they said Shubalou can't enter the clan.
Now you got a problem with those guys, right?
No, I do have now, but I didn't have that before.
I thought that there was they didn't like you from something that you streamed over in season 1.
No, I showed it to you, right? This is literally what Bronx said it to me, and he confirmed it more than once that this are their arguments. So, I mean, I can change them.
Okay,
but you know what?
I was just wondering
why they pissed is
why they didn't.
They didn't talk. Those reasons are old. They couldn't told me this like 4 or 5 weeks ago.
That's
no,
true.
They did it the week. Like 2, 3, they did it literally 4 days before the finals were going to start.
I thought that they were upset because they were having so many problems with their bases being leaked. We didn't have a chance to go start at this part, but so talking about Ladyb not streaming the first shift of the war. They asked for Clash with Ash to go ahead and stream that part. The problem with Clash with Ash as we know, is he's really more of a Royale kind of player. I don't think in fact, on the very first episode of the CWL official podcast, I think I still have it clipped, but he says that he's not really part of the clan. It's just part of his family of players are, the fans. So the disconnect that Clash with Ash has kind of set himself up, and I feel bad for the guy. I don't want to goof on him too hard, but he was not set up to stream wars. I'm pretty sure he might have even been nervous. So
you know why they ask Clash with Ash?
Because he's an inside man. I mean, he's part of their
crew. No, it has not. He wasn't supposed to be there, because Adam and Ladyb had the official, unofficial stream. There were basically not many big streamers left for the official stream. And they want the hype as big as possible for the official stream. They thought it would work with Clash with Ash at the first slot.
Well, on Saturday on Voice, I don't have it recorded, but Dark Looters was so upset with Clash with Ash for leaking not 1 or 2 but 4 bases with traps, that they were going to contact Supercell and complain about the lack of professionalism. I mean, I would totally understand if 4 bases get leaked. I mean, they're basically burned. I'm not sure, because I didn't get the base numbers, if those were fresh. Does anyone know if those 4 bases?
I think there was a combination.
Yeah, there was 2 that had already been hit and 2 that weren't.
So did the 2 that didn't get hit, were they freshed? They had to have been. I mean,
no, I'm sure they were.
I'm not sure, to be honest, the answer to that.
Oh God, gosh, with that, you know what? It's like there's a lot of like streamer etiquette that goes back even to like, I mean, right, DeadPlate, even to the old TWC days. There was a lot of streamer etiquette about you don't show the chat, you don't show certain, you don't scout your own bases, of course.
Right.
There's just certain things that you just don't
and
do.
You don't stream like 2-star hits after they've already been done. I mean, but, you know, you catch a live, irregardless. A live's a live. And if you can catch it, you should be streaming it. I mean, that's content.
Yeah, was there any rule about that? I can't remember. There was a streamer guideline that King of the North helped draft on his lunch break. Can we talk about what that guideline was?
Let's talk about it, because
all right, Blondie, go ahead.
Is like just blown so out of proportion and so ridiculously, because literally it was a conversation between some leaders in the invite leaders channel. It never went anywhere. We've never placed any restrictions on streamers and don't plan to at all.
Then what was King of the North doing on his lunch break then?
Because some of the leaders, a lot of leaders were complaining about bases got leaked. Those base builders think they are fucking Hollywood stars. Okay? They're building fucking bases. What the fuck?
What is up with not burning bases? Where did this come from?
Yeah.
With like, base building aside, the thing is, one of the biggest focuses CWL has for season 3 is really getting leadership more involved in the rulemaking process. So a few people that are in the leadership chat, they wanted to talk about it. It was something that they wanted to talk about. So it was a discussion that was had. Some really loose ideas were tossed around, but nothing has come of it. And, even if it does, it would be some kind of gentleman's agreement between the leaders. We won't get involved in that at all.
Yeah, but why is the guy who's in charge of your YouTube getting involved in that? Like, he shouldn't even be involved. He's in charge of YouTube. He shouldn't be involved in anything else.
Well, hold on.
I think it was part of the discussion as part of the leadership chat and media team, but it wasn't. It was just a discussion. It wasn't like rules were being made.
All right, hold on.
I think misconception about that.
King of the North. I do have it clipped here. Let me see if I can find it here.
It's all between like the streamers in here. I would like to see these type of situations rectified.
All right, hold on.
What the hell was that?
What?
I'm trying to find
clips. King of the North was in a clip stream yesterday as well.
Yeah, I know. I was there.
I think that's what Rick is trying to find.
Of the day, what I want to see King of the North between us.
Well, okay. Sorry, guys.
That's all between like the streamers in here. I would like to see these type of situations rectified, at least for next season, because I'm telling you, I told you guys this a long time ago. We're all stronger together, and this,
amen.
Like at least we need someone there speaking on behalf of the streamers. I really truly feel like the guys that have put the work in, there's no voice for them. There's no voice for them, and it's a shame because it could be so much more. It could really be so much more. Really be so much more.
All right, here's the end.
I just threw out suggestion of rules. I didn't try to make rules.
Which is what I said.
And the leaders were trying to ban 24-hour streams
Were they on your lunch
entirely.
break? Were they on your lunch break?
What does it matter if they were on my lunch break or not?
Because it's the simple and it's the small things that catch people lying all the damn time.
Okay. Yes, I wrote it on my lunch break when I was at work.
Okay, then, see?
like what the fuck? Like I was not going to catch me in a lie.
All right, so King of the North, was this a full hour lunch break or was this like one of your 15-minute breaks? How much time went into these rules? KOTN. I want to know. Please DM me.
They're not rules. Like I said, it was just a discussion. So it's not anything that's enforced or even close to being put into place. It was just a discussion of some ideas.
All right, let me just throw this out there. Any rule that's made on a lunch break, disregard. That's not enough time. You gotta put some effort into it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna make a rule, more than a lunch break.
But that's the thing, that it's not a rule. It was some ideas that were being discussed. That's why it was done on a lunch break, because it was just some ideas that were being tossed around. It's not a rule.
I'm not sure if I missed an announcement, but is King of the North, is he an admin now?
He's part of the admin staff. Yeah, he's on the media team.
Okay. Is that technically an admin or?
Yeah,
like what's
it's
his title?
Staff admin.
All right. Now I heard this.
Is he getting paid $30K to produce your guys' YouTube?
Yeah, we heard
What?
he was talking about making $30,000 this year for CWL.
I don't know anything about that.
Blondie, are you getting paid?
I do not get paid.
Paid?
I get paid in angry DMs, lots of hate mail, all the blame for every situation. If that's a currency, I'm rolling in it. I tell you that. But no, I don't get paid dollars.
You get overpaid.
How much per minute does that come down to for that lunch break?
Damn.
This guy's making like $10,000 a minute. All right, well, King of the North, he seems to be winning right now. Hashtag KOTN winning. 30K, hashtag 30K. Hashtag epic lunch breaks. What else? Yeah,
but in the end, Adam's stream ended up being the non-official, official CWL stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
no stream anymore.
I think it's great how many views that we got, how much hype there was across the board. Official stream, unofficial stream, whatever. It doesn't matter. People were watching. People were hype about it. And that's really what matters to me. It's a shame that there ended up being so much contention and drama and that we weren't able to just kind of like come together and have an agreement. It would have been better for both sides, I think, if it would have been like that. So,
well, we didn't have these kind of problems in season one. Adam, I need to get you to talk now. Are you there?
I'm always ready to talk. Can I just say about the con thing as well, with regards to those rules? And they were rules. The word rules is in the statement, right?
All right. Well, you got to back up everything. Screenshots.
Yeah. My problem here is not him being an admin. My problem here is him being a streamer. As a streamer, no matter who you're not getting on with or who you are getting on with or anything else, streamers should be supporting the streaming community. Like, we're all streamers at the end of the day. And I can tell you now, God's honest truth, I would never, ever write up a document, even on my lunch break, even if I was getting paid 30 grand a year for it, I still would not write up a document trying to restrict other streamers, because I think that's just completely against what we're trying to do. We're trying to encourage streamers and trying to get more of them. There's lots of new streamers starting up. You know, the Twitch community is more vibrant than it's ever been. And he should never, ever have typed that out. Like, he should have said to himself, no, I'm a streamer and I want to encourage streamers, even if it's a draft, even if it's a rough proposal, even if it's a passing idea while he has a poo, right? It doesn't matter what it is, he should never have wrote that out.
Yeah, there's some sort of like, I mean, you got the streamers, at the end of the day, he's going to be a streamer alongside these other streamers. I mean, he's not going to get anybody to host to him. I mean, was he thinking straight, or is this admin position so great that you're willing to put these, I don't know, Blondie doesn't call them rules, Adam calls them rules, I don't know what to call them, but just to put this on other streamers even.
It were wild IDs, it weren't rules. The leaders leaders had some, you know, they were complaining about bases being leaked and shit like that.
Right. Well,
what King of the North didn't
leaders?
do.
Wait, what leader? Who
the leaders of clans.
The invite clans.
I don't know exactly the clans, okay?
Yeah.
It wasn't
exactly.
all of the clans though.
Not all of them, but some of them.
So who are these clans? Who are these clans that don't want bases burnt by a stream?
Yeah, what do you think about the Nazi looters first? Those for sure.
Wow.
I'm telling you that.
So Dark Looters was against this. They did not want to.
Dark Looters even went as far as to insinuate that Shubalou and Scottoria were leaking their bases.
That's for the later part. It's gonna be funny later. You have to keep this for later on, DeadPlate.
Okay.
Seriously. No, the thing is, I think King of the North, when during his lunch break, I think he didn't thought about the consequences. He just tried to help the leaders, you know, on a couple of IDs. It weren't rules at all, just wild IDs.
Yeah.
And of course, those leaders like them. And I King of the North never thought about the consequences they would have.
It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, bases are designed to get burnt. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line.
I totally agree. Yeah. But some guys really have a problem by building bases once a week.
Well, okay. All right. Uncle Rig now needs to talk.
Bring Satan in to talk about it.
If you, I took him down. He's disabled.
Damn it! Well, that was my favorite one.
No, I have him. I just have to reconnect him.
All right.
I will put this though behind me. All right. What I gotta say about this is that if you are playing at the highest level, and CWL Invite right now is the highest level, you have to build bases and you have to make a choice. I think the streamers are not going to stream clans, and they shouldn't stream clans that won't allow them to control their own creative content. So whoever these clans are, if they're going to say, hey, we don't want you to do this, we don't want you to do that, I think what's going to happen is the streamers have the right to say, we don't want to stream your war then. Goodbye. I'm out. What do you think about that?
I think that if you're lazy enough and you don't want to build a base, you probably shouldn't be in that clan. Period.
It just doesn't make any sense. Bases were meant to be burnt. Riggs. I trust Riggs. Riggs from FFS is in the chat. What do you say? You know, I don't understand it.
His name's Riggs, huh?
I trust. Yes, I trust it. I trust the name. But I mean, Blondie. At some point, we know that our bases are going to get exposed.
Of course.
So why make a big deal out of it? I mean,
why turn this like innocent like passing conversation in a chat room that somebody screenshotted and leaked out of context into a big deal that it wasn't?
He went behind people and he started lobbying leaders to try to get this working.
I wouldn't say he was lobbying leaders.
It was just a lunch break.
It was just a really low key conversation. It's just been blown so insanely out of proportion.
All right. Do we have any screenshots of what King of the North was eating while he was drafting these rules? Was it Taco Bell? All right. Adam's got something up in here. Let's see what that is all about. Oh, this is from King of the North.
Yeah, because obviously it must have been his autocorrect that changed the wording and said rules, because it definitely says rules in there. So it must be autocorrect.
It looks like we
you know very well, Adam. Those were world IDs.
All right,
let's man. I mean, those were really world IDs. Of course, he brought them up as rules. He brought them up as rules, as I said, but nobody even agreed on them. They just saw them as world IDs. Right. Somebody screenshot that and brought them out.
I need to read this for the listening audience here. It starts off.
It's totally retarded. I agree with that.
Alrighty, let's see how much detail I can get into this lunch break. Keep in mind what I'm writing is just a rough draft. Okay, fair enough, rough draft. I'll do up a better write-up tonight. I wonder who he's talking to, first of all. First, let's address 24-hour streams. Next season, the CWL media team would like to start promoting the War of the Week more. Our idea for that was a 24-hour stream. If clans would like to opt out of being considered for War of the Week, they can do so as they please. The stream schedule would reflect both clans, home streamers, and make sure that both sides get good slots in the lineup. In other streamers wishing to set up a 24-hour stream should be required to get consent from both clans. I wonder if that's written or verbal. Involved and work with the streamers of the other clan to make a fair schedule for R. Now, here are his 6 rules. Rules and guidelines. There's the word rules. Rules and guidelines for streamers to follow. No dip lives unless within the last 2 hours of war, only 11v10. All right, that's a horrible rule. Rule 2, only show 10v11 replays that are 65% plus hits. Don't show scouts. Only show successful replays. All equal level town hall hits lives are okay to show. Don't burn bases unnecessarily. I wonder how many of these Clash with Ash broke.
All of them.
That's just too much rules. I would, if I was a streamer and I saw that, I would be like, oh shoot, did I just break rule number 3? I wasn't thinking about rule number 4. I mean, Blondie, how was this received? Was it like, great idea, or was this like, no, this is too much? What was the consensus of this?
I mean, among the leaders, I think there's probably some people that liked it and some people that didn't. But I mean, the stance from the people that are organizing the CWL has always been, we're not going to get involved with putting restrictions on streamers ever. We haven't, we won't. It's not going to be on us. So, if the leaders want to discuss it and have a gentleman's agreement, we're not going to discourage them from, doing so. When the update hit mid playoffs, and there were all those upgrades to Town Hall 11, there were some people that were really concerned that it was going to become like, play to win playoffs, because some people would be gemming all of their defenses all the way up, and other people wouldn't be able to do that. And so it was going to be not fair. And so, people complained and asked us to step in, and we were very much like, we're not going to tell players what they can spend their gems on. Absolutely not. That's not on us. So the leaders got together and they decided that they were just going to agree with each other on what should be the guidelines for what they can do and what they can't do. And that worked out great. And it would it allowed everybody to be comfortable with how the situation was maneuvered. So I think good can come when the leaders come together and, decide to navigate things in a certain way, when it comes to the game. Personally, I think that content creators should be able to create their content, and I don't believe in placing restrictions on them. But, it's a debated topic. I think not everybody agrees one way or the other.
Blondie, you need to be the
if they don't understand, it's gonna destroy the whole league. If you put those kind of restrictions on a streamer, good luck with it. You're gonna destroy it in a couple of weeks. I'm telling you. I don't. It doesn't even need to, say more about it. If they don't see that, then it's ridiculous.
Clans that don't want their quote-unquote bases being burned just opt out of being streamed altogether.
Wait, what was that?
Can't clans that don't want their quote-unquote bases being burned just opt out of having their war streamed?
Well, I don't
altogether?
think so, because there's two sides in every war, you know. So if your clan is in a war that doesn't want to be streamed, but you war somebody that has a streamer, you can't tell them, hey, you can't stream our bases, because, you know, there's two sides to every war. So.
Right, but I was just looking at the rules, and it said that you had to get consent from both clans. So
I think what Blondie, and Blondie's not speaking officially. I mean, we're just commentating, but I think Blondie agrees that we should let the clans like kind of come up with their own agreement per war. I mean, that's how it always was.
You know what I think? When you let a clan participate in the Invite League, it's just once a week, you should say them like, hey, you joined the league right now. Let one thing be clear. Wars can be streamed how the streamers want to. It's not any of you guys who are going to put restrictions on any of the wars. Like, zero. I mean, and then it's up to them to join the league or not. I mean, you can't cleanse, discussing this between each other. That's also a horrible idea.
Well, because this just in. We have a new league has been formed.
Go try to do this with 6 Lizzles.
Shubalou, bad news. There's a new league called the No Stream League, and they're looking for clans to join.
Yeah, so, good luck with that.
Shout out to the No Stream League. Yeah, it's kind of weird how, the streamers play such a critical role in several things. The streamers, they're able to benefit from the streams themselves, but also the clans are able to promote their clan. What kind of promotion would this be for your clan if your clan is showing, I hate to say the word, but they're just acting like a bunch of little bitches in this whole thing. Who's going to want to join the clan? You know? I mean, it doesn't really kind of show that you're kind of like a tough war clan. It's just like, oh, we're hardcore, but don't show our bases. It just kind of puts out a weird vibe to me that I don't like. So, but to each their own. I mean, if there's clans out there that want that, I think that the streamers have the right to just deny streaming it. And maybe they'll get somebody else to stream it. I don't know. Maybe there's a streamer that's willing to do that. But I don't know. And now we have I don't know what they're putting out here about Seabass. I can't read it. It's going too fast, but let's see who else we got in here. Somebody just joined in. Old Greg, did you come in to say hi?
I did.
All right, Greg, go ahead. What's up?
It's at this point, to be perfectly honest, in my opinion, the CWL doesn't survive without streamers.
Agree.
And without good streamers, that I hate to say it, there's a lot of hate about Adam and Shuv and a lot of other people. Whole thing though, they've been streaming for a good bit, and they're actually good. Everyone's got their preference, and then all of a sudden you get to a final, and then all of a sudden
there's fighting.
Yeah, and there's fighting. People get. I mean,
now
it's kind of just ridiculous.
And so few people benefit from this fight, to be honest. I mean, there's only, a handful of streamers, really. We have Adam, Scottoria, Shubalou, just to name a few. I mean, but there's less than... Ladyb. There's less than a dozen. I mean, it's not like whenever you turn on Twitch, you got like 20 streamers at any one time.
There are so many. They are just smaller. A lot smaller.
Yeah, with like 5 viewers.
You don't recognize them right away. But there are a shitload of them. I think you will have easily 20 streamers.
Well, let's say there is 20 streamers.
You can have 20. The whole thing, though, is when you cut it down to like 2 that don't know anything about the CWL or anything about
true.
like real attacks. I mean,
I think right now the
I know where
streamers,
you're going to.
the streamers have to work with these leagues, and the leagues have to work with the streamers, and it has to be for the benefit of both. Adam, you've been super quiet tonight. I'm not sure why. I don't know if you're tired. Maybe you've been rubbing one out since the weekend. You must be exhausted after this War and Glory hype. I think he made love to Twitch because he had almost 1,000 views.
That's
viewers.
awesome.
Congrats on that,
it.
Adam.
Congrats.
With everything that happened, like let me just call this how it is, right? When the admins made their first schedule, it wasn't loaded with talent. Like, they didn't put the best streamers available on, and it was frustrating. And then when War and Glory decided to do their own stream without the admins, then the admins really stepped up and put some good streamers on. So first of all, like, I'm glad that happened, because I agree with Blondie. Whatever happened, more people ended up watching that war in the end than were originally going to, because getting Ash involved, getting Monster D involved, potentially getting Scott back involved, even though it didn't really work out to plan. But you know what I mean? Like, that was the right thing to do. Those people should have been there. We should have been getting the best 7, 8, 9 streamers or whatever to do this amazing war. And so that's like a small win. And obviously with everything that happened, there were some good viewers. And really this weekend, for the War and Glory unofficial Rebel stream, or whatever you want to call it, went as well as it could do. And yet I still feel absolutely shit about it. Like, just the whole thing is horrible. Like, it's not a win. Like, getting 900 plus viewers is good. Like, any streamer wants that, especially on Clash of Clans, which isn't a huge streaming game.
It's a tough game. Yeah.
But I still feel crap about it, because I feel that if this had have been gone about in the right way from the start, and I will accept that I didn't help the situation. There were times that I was pissed off with people and I didn't respond as well as I should have done. But ultimately, I don't feel like I'm the worst person in this in terms of setting it up. And if it had been done right from the start, I mean, could you imagine if we'd have had Monster D, Shubalou, Scott, myself, Ladyb, Jake, and...
Clash with Ed.
No, not Ash. I'm missing someone good, and someone's going to kill me. Whoever the good person is that I've completely forgot the name, right? Could you imagine what we could have
King
done?
of the North?
Sure, why not? We could have had like 1,000 people at the start, and we could have had 1,500 or more at the end. You know what I mean? We could have absolutely beasted it, and it's just an opportunity wasted. And
I agree with that. It is definitely an opportunity.
You were missing
the
Jake.
negotiations didn't go down right.
No, he said Jake.
Oh, he did?
He said Jake.
All right, this question directly to Adam. Adam, we got to get this out of the way. I know Blondie's being super nice to you right now. It's your time to shine. However, Adam, truthfully answer this. Were you being difficult with the admins as far as stream schedule? Because this is how it all started. Yes or no?
Yes.
All right, you were. That was fast.
That was a quick answer.
Because it was a fucking easy. You know the answer already.
Yes.
Yeah, the answer's easy.
All right.
The answer's easy. It was his clan in the damn final, and he should be given preference. No matter what he's had to say about the admins in the past, he should have been given preference. Period.
All right. Well, let's hear how this went down then, Adam. So, state what you told. What was your argument to them, or your debate, however you want to say it? But what was your argument to the admins, and what was their argument back to you? How did it go down? That you just ultimately decided to leave.
It started a little bit before that, because even before the conference finals had taken place, the admins had already made a streamer schedule, and that streamer schedule didn't include several of the people that have done the most streaming and the best streaming for CWL this season.
Okay.
And so immediately, I'm in a negative position. To word it nicely, I am a little vexed by this.
Were you on that list? The originals?
Not on that list, no.
Okay, all right. Well, of course you're upset then.
No, more than that though, because it wasn't just that I wasn't on there. Ladyb wasn't on there. They had given somebody the starting slot of the war who most certainly didn't deserve it. They put Shubalou on a slot that wasn't. You know, he deserved a better slot than what he got. You know what I mean? There was problems up and down with it. Like, it was just
who gets the midnight shift? That one sucks.
But this is what I mean. So, yeah, I was in a bad mood. I'm not going to lie about it. And so I got invited eventually to a chat room to discuss the streamer schedule. And then, like you asked the question, was I difficult? Hell yeah, I was. I was pissed. I could not believe that we got into this situation.
Did they offer you after they realized that they forgot about you?
They offered me the choice of 3 time slots.
Which were?
They put you on the slot before King of the North. King of the North would get the very last slot, and they put you in front of him.
Why King of the North getting the last slot? It's War and Glory.
Well, before you answer that as well, they also shortened the slots greatly.
Bizarre.
Yeah, so they decided to put 11 streamers on. Well, first of all, they said that Ladyb was not going to get a slot. It was, I can't remember the exact words on it, but it was basically, this is not up for negotiation. Ladyb does not get a slot. And so obviously, War and Glory are like, why? ? And the answer was from our head of media. He explained that Ladyb is very critical of Supercell. And naturally, the War and Glory guys, including myself, are like, what? What do you mean? And so they posted 2 ridiculous screenshots. They were just like, they were so off topic and nothing like what they said. And it was like, you're right, I was difficult in that room. I'm not going to argue about it. But when they're lying about other streamers to try and further their goals, it was upsetting. It was painful to read. And the worst part about it was, there was someone in that chat who should have jumped to her defense and didn't. And that bugged me. That irritated me a lot. You've got 7 senior admins, 4 media admins, and a website designer in there, all representing Team Admin. Not one of them said, well, okay, that's maybe a bit harsh. Let's call it how it is or whatever. And I hate all that stuff. It's like, I'd have had more respect for them if they just said, we don't want Ladyb to stream because we don't like her. But they didn't. They made lies up about her. And it even got to the point where Dark Looters were saying, well, that doesn't really sound like her, sort of thing. So all these questions were asked, and I was furious about it. I was just like, this is crap. Not only that, but the original roster as well didn't have Scott on it, and I'm like, Scott deserves a slot. He's done amazing things for CWL this season. This season, up until him leaving, he's been the biggest stream in CWL. He's commanded more numbers than anybody else, including Powerbang. He's been the boss of Twitch. And he's not even getting the spot. I'm like, I want War and Glory and Dark Looters to get the absolute best media that they can. And if I'm not in the top 7 streamers, so be it. Take me off the roster. But Scott most certainly is. Put him in. And so, lots of ways I was annoyed. And I didn't react well. Blondie and, and that question,
right.
Rick, you're exactly right.
Anyway, sorry. That's fine, because this is all going to be old history in a couple months. Yeah. Blondie.
Yeah.
Was there... were the admins upset still with Adam over his YouTube that he did several weeks back about the criticism that he felt towards CWL? Does that play a part in him not getting on the list?
Oh, it probably does. Yeah, if you're gonna make a public,
hey, you guys keep talking so fast, I can't even play my game music. All right.
Then you should ask some relevant questions.
I would think that it would play a part in it. Definitely.
It was the main reason.
Yeah, as soon as I asked the question, everyone was like, "Yes."
Just very clear on this question as well.
Okay.
I did a video criticising the CWL admins. I never ever criticised the league. I love the league, and I always have. That's why I'm still here, still doing work for it. I'm still super positive about it. No matter how anybody treats me, I'm still out there doing the best that I can for it. And don't get me wrong, I was an asshole with the admins, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise because that's how I felt, and I'm not apologising for it. I know what I did, but at the same time, I never ever criticised the league. I never criticised the clans. And I love the concept of the league. And so when anybody, for example, posts on Twitter saying that I'm not positive about CWL, well, that's a lie. I am positive about CWL. I'm just not as happy about the people running it.
And I'm the same way, too. I love Clash of Clans. I love the community. I love everyone in Savage City. But, sometimes we police each other a little too much. And it all comes from a good place. I know we're all trying to do the most with the game that's, it's not the most popular for Twitch, but there's enough of the community there that the streamers have a livelihood for it. I mean, look at what Monster D is just doing, what he turned into, starting with Clash of Clans. This is definitely a great place and how do you say it? To get or build your community up under each streamer. And if in several years from now, if Adam was to move over to another game, he would absolutely take his fans with him over to whatever Adam does. And the same with Ladyb or whoever is streaming. Shubalou too. Shubalou is getting people to watch him play that Player Unknown Battlegrounds game. I mean, that's just how it works. Streamers they're not just there for Clash of Clans. They're there because their desire is to stream video games. So, I mean, like, to do something that's kind of like against a streamer is really underhanded. And I hope that this gets resolved for the next season quickly and keep the community together, you know. And that's what I gotta say. Yes.
You can't give yourself a correct. Say it for yourself.
It felt right.
Good job, Craig. Good job.
The more you know.
The more you know.
So anyways, Adam, you know that everyone, even Blondie, I know she has her moments with you, but I love the fact that we get on this podcast every week and we're able to put aside our differences for the sake of Clash of Clans, for the sake of the community. I hope that this is just a little bump in the road and a learning experience for all of us. And to Supercell, if they just watched Adam's stream, they would definitely know what the war community wants to see. We want to see the live attacks. We want to see commentating done about people or from people that know the game. I mean, that's it. There's no other easier way to say it. I know Eclipse feels a little snubbed, but you know, he has a whole other agenda. He wants 8-hour streams. I don't know if that's ever going to become a reality, but he's happy doing what he does. He's one of the highest streamers that we have in Clash of Clans. He's part of that night mode crew or whatever they're called. So everyone's doing their thing. But I want to end on this. GG War and Glory. It was great to see you guys in the finals. I loved every second of this weekend. With or without the drama, I was enjoying the war. Up until the Supercell took over. I was enjoying the war because I could actually see it. And I know a lot of people did. Adam, to see over 900 people in your stream, I don't know what any of the other streamers were getting as far as in numbers, but God, can you imagine getting that every weekend? I mean, it shows the potential of who's out there, right?
It was already so much less than last year. That's also after what happened in somewhere mid-season, in the middle of the season too, with all the bans and at the beginning, so much people basically just stopped watching it, and it was a lot less hype than last season. I think all the streamers can basically, probably not everybody. I
think last season they did an in-game announcement that did a push notification last
No, they put it on Twitter.
No, for season 1 at the final last time, there was a push notification in game to watch the stream live.
There was meant to be one this season.
Oh, Amy says there was 9,000 viewers.
Yeah.
Last season they also dropped it on Twitter, and they didn't even do it this season.
No, maybe that's why.
It's just
no, they did. They retweeted Ash's stream.
Yeah.
But he was on YouTube Live, right?
Yeah, the fact that Supercell stream only had 1.5k viewers and they had 3.5k on Twitch last year, that says a lot to me. I mean, it was a lot less hyped than it was at finals at season 1.
But again, that was part of the problem and part of why I'm so unhappy now, because basically me and Bronx sat down for 15 minutes. We hammered out a schedule that was fair. Like, I would view it as fair and balanced, and Bronx liked it, War and Glory liked it. If we'd have just run with that, we made that on Tuesday of last week. We could have had 10 days to put it out on Twitter and put it on posters, get Powerbang to drop it into his videos, get Ash and Jake to put it into their... You know what I mean? There's all kinds of cool things that we could have done. And because of all this crap, we didn't get to give the war what it deserved, and I feel guilty about my part in that. I really do. But
is that why you're so blue? You sound a little bummed.
My guys were in War and Glory, having their biggest war of their career lives, or whatever you want to call it, and it didn't get what it deserved, and that just sucks. It's just wrong.
I agree. It could have been better on both sides, you know, right or wrong. Like, a compromise should have been able to have been come to, and we should have been able to have everybody work together on this. And I hope we can do better in the future.
Yeah.
I've got to ask while I'm here. Like, I shouldn't ask, but I know I've got to. I feel I need to, right? Obviously, Shubalou's unhappy. There's no doubt about that. He had his picture posted on Twitter today in his new league. Scott's already gone to that new league. Eclipse has been unhappy with CWL since season 1. In my opinion, CWL has treated me like crap for a long time. Like, who's actually going to stream season 3? Well, not to mention what you've done to Ladyb as well.
You are. I guess.
Well, I guess that will remain to be seen. Who will stream season 3?
I'm not really asking, like, as a picking out question. I'm more just saying, like, how many streamers can be exiled or upset from CWL before you end up with no one to do? And I'm not just picking out you, Blondie, because I know it's not really your area, but, like, I kind of agree with what Eclipse was saying last night and what Rig was saying then. Like, streamers are a big part of it. And yeah, okay, I'm biased because I am a streamer, but, like, part of the reason why CWL grew so much was, you know, start of season 1, you had Powerbang hammering out these great videos, and you had Cooper doing some streams, you had Powerbang doing some streams, you know, I was just getting started, and a few other people, and obviously you had Shubalou absolutely beasting it every weekend. Like, you know, the streamers helped put it on the map, and now they feel, all of them, I think it's fair to say, feel very disregarded, like very unimportant. And like I said, I'm not just saying this just to be an ass, but, like, is there a plan to make this better? And if not, why not?
You know, that, like you said, that's not really my area. I'm not really sure. I'm not really involved in the media conversations too much. So I kind of just speak from what I hear offhand. But I hope so. I hope that that those relationships can be repaired, and that the CWL and streamers can work together to benefit both, you know? I mean, it's good for both parties. It's a two-way win-win, I think, you know? Having exciting league wars to stream helps the streamer, and then being able to, it helps the league as well. So it's mutually beneficial relationship there, and I hope that we'll be able to build strong ones moving forward for sure.
Can I ask one more question then while I'm on my little roll?
Yeah, go for it.
I think that, and I know that Rig's probably already clipped this bit, so I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but I think that if you want to respect media, you need the absolute best person to run media. And I'm really sorry to the person this is. I'm really not just trying to hit on you, but the person that is the head of media in CWL knows nothing about media. And
well, I'm sure the person that you think would be the best man for the job was the man on the job and stepped down. So
he did, but if you actually think about why he did, that might be another cause of the problem. But I don't really want to go into that because obviously that's old news. But the guy you've got there now doesn't know anything about media. How can the CWL repair relationships with streamers when the person that it thinks is the best person to take them forwards for media doesn't know anything about media? Like, does that not feel like a fundamental problem? Like, you know, if you want to try and repair relationships, not with me particularly, but like with Shubalou, and you send this guy who doesn't even go on Twitch to try and repair it, it's insulting.
That was an awkward silence.
I mean, I don't really have anything to say for that, because it's like not everybody would agree with me on that. I'm sure that that a lot of other people would disagree. So it's your opinion, and you're definitely welcome to have one. But I don't think that that's an opinion that would be shared by everyone.
I also want to.
What's your opinion then of having a media admin, a head of media that doesn't know anything about media?
I wouldn't agree with you that he doesn't know anything about media. I mean, he obviously has a YouTube channel that's successful and has a streaming audience that, may not be what you think it should be. But
who is the media person, Adam?
Carcerin of 1001 Crew.
Carcerin?
Who?
Oh, okay. I was misunderstanding.
Who the fuck is that?
I mean, he is the leader. I mean, you were talking about King of the North, Blondie, this whole entire time. And
Yeah,
Adam
I was like on a
someone
completely
else.
different page. I thought he was like talking about someone else.
Right.
Yeah, and let's make a rule.
I'm like, wait, what?
Let's make a rule too. We say like we blame and then we say CWL admins too much. We need to start attaching names to this because like I really never include Blondie in like the conversation of like what I'm talking about when I say admin because usually she's not involved with that decision unless I ask her and she says yes I am. But we really need to be accountable for the transparency of the CWL. We need to start using names.
So Carr is really like, he is just kind of like the one that like organizes and oversees and like he keeps everybody on task. You know what I mean? Like it's a collaborative effort. So it's not like he's making all these, unilateral decisions about what's going to be happening in media. He's really just making sure that everybody is like working together, communicating well, and like keeping the conversation organized, So, I mean, I don't think he's ever claimed to be an expert on media things. He's just really facilitating the people that are more versed in it to get the best out of them,
So he had no input on keeping me out of the original lineup?
Welcome, Ladyb.
Honestly, I have no idea. I was not a part of that initial conversation, and I didn't know that there was some, beef there. This is the first time hearing about it. No, I did message you.
Well, what about...
This isn't the first you're hearing about it.
Ladyb, just chill.
About not being in the lineup?
Can I just... You said that Carl's not an expert on media. Can we request then that we get an expert on media as part of the CWL admin team?
We can.
I guess you can go ahead and request it.
I mean, does that sound like so unreasonable?
I think that there's a lot of people on the media team that they know, how it all works, and they're really comfortable with media, and they are all working together to make it all happen. So
cool. Can you tell me then how it went with their first stream schedule for the ITBFE war? Can you tell me what a success that was?
What war?
There was a first round of playoffs. There was a war between ByeForever and Immoral Thieves, and the media team that is so competent, as Blondie's explaining, set up a streamer schedule for it. And obviously, we all, as we just discussed earlier, know that Scott is the biggest streamer in CWL this season. He's been absolutely amazing. And in their infinite wisdom, because they know what they're doing, as we've just had it explained to us, they decided not to put Scott on the final slot. Can you tell us what Scott's response was to that? It's 2 words. It's pretty simple.
Was it F?
I have no idea.
It was exactly that, Rick. Give yourself a correct.
All right. Yes. All right. Well, I don't want Blondie to feel ganged up on, but I do want to hear from Ladyb. We haven't heard much from her. Ladyb, I apologize for the LA7 comment that I made. First of all, of course, you are beautiful. I just don't feel that we all should be like,
Jesus, Rick.
She's like the hottest.
You don't need to say anything at all. You don't need to say anything at all.
Is it getting worse?
Yeah, you're making it worse.
I'm not very good with the ladies. All right, Ladyb, you're beautiful. All right, there, I said it. Damn you. All right, Ladyb, hello.
Hi.
I know you're mad at me.
I'm not mad at you.
All right. I get nervous around the ladies. All right, so, your take real quick on how you felt and what your future is. Like, where are you going to go with all this? Where this all happened?
It was a pretty terrible experience.
Did you cry?
No, I did not cry.
All right.
But I did almost quit the game completely before the finals.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
I don't think
what-
I'm the only person to feel that way.
All right,
with everything that's
just
gone on.
what hurts the most, or what hurted? I don't know if you're over it, but what hurts the most?
It's a combination of things, but what's so wrong is these people, the admins, the media coordinators, they get together and it's just so cliquey. It's a group of people that want to decide who's going to do what. And it's all based on how they're feeling, who they like, who they don't like. And they brought my professionalism into it.
Now, did you say negative things on a stream about the admins or about Supercell? Because I heard that rumor. I didn't catch that stream. Where did that come from? Was it true? Go ahead.
They took the thing about Supercell. I've never bashed Supercell. And from what I hear, because I was never allowed in the room, they would not allow me to defend myself when they were talking about me and saying that I wasn't allowed to ever be on the stream, the official stream.
Mm-hmm.
They used something that was a quote from someone else that happened to be on my stream.
That you read?
I didn't even read it. They took a screenshot of it on the chat.
Okay.
And they said that was me.
Was it one of
bashing.
your regulars, or?
It was a quote from someone else in the community.
Okay.
And I've gotten so much shit for calling people out for things, for saying names. Puts me in a bad position when I actually call people out on the wrong that they do. So I'd rather not.
So if it was just a screenshot.
To me, it's so stupid that it was ever brought up in general.
Yeah.
But I fought it for the simple fact that I never said it, and I could easily prove that I didn't say it. And it was just a way to try and keep me out because they had no actual reason to keep me out.
And how did you find out that this actually even became a thing? Who approached you, or did the admin say, "Hey, we need to talk to you about your unprofessionalism"? Nope. What happened?
Never once contacted me. They never once contacted me. I was contacted by my clan leaders that were fighting for me.
Yeah.
And I was contacted,
What was the quote,
my
by the way?
streamer friend.
I don't. Are you talking about Adam?
Yeah.
All right. You guys really are a power couple. GG. So what was it that was said? I need to know, like, how bad is this? Was it racist? Was it?
No, it wasn't.
Was it,
wasn't
bigotry?
No, it was just something. What, that the quote that they were looking at?
Yes.
No, it was just something that was said out of frustration.
Towards Supercell?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you read it, did you laugh, or did you say like, "Oh, all right, now, children, you gotta behave," or what did you say?
I've never actually read it out loud.
Okay. I need to know what this quote was. It's got to be awful. All right. So, anyways, this quote comes out. You don't acknowledge it on your stream. How does that get tied to you? That's not your fault. What people say.
I think because the admins, when they have agendas, they seem to want to try and find any way to manipulate it, and they think that their lies won't catch up to them.
You just made my mic fall.
You made someone else drop a mic.
Like that literally. Oh, that was too much. Mic drop. Everyone say mic drop. Ladyb made my mic drop. All right. Well, Blondie's here to either plead the fifth or to defend the actions.
I gotta be honest, I don't know much about the situation. I
Okay.
wasn't involved in that
right.
chat also. There's not much I can speak to it.
Yeah, and Blondie works like a ton of hours, so I really believe, and I think everyone should believe
But
that.
Blondie and I did have a conversation though while this was going on, and I
Okay.
didn't say specifically that they blocked me out, but I did tell her that admins were spreading lies about me.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were referring to. It was all very vague, so I don't know.
And neither did you care to find out.
All right,
Well,
now,
I mean-
ladies, if you're gonna fight, let me.
I don't want to air it out, but there is more to that conversation. So
There was more to that conversation, but it was all on a personal level as well, because we do know each other. And I've always had your back, and I've always wanted to have your back. And not to get into bias, but like when your friends are being unfairly treated, you stick up for your friends.
Blondie, is Lady B a friend or no? Or
well, I thought
an
so,
acquaintance?
but
I thought so too. I really thought so too.
But
So-
I honestly don't know where all of these accusations and insinuations that I would witness some wrongdoing that I should have stood up for. I just don't know what that's about.
Now you've heard about it, will you be addressing it in the admin channel and getting the admins in question to step down?
Which admins are supposed to be stepping down?
The ones that were lying about Lady B and various other people.
Well,
Honestly, wait. I would accept a formal apology.
all right,
Jesus Christ.
so
I'll
this
pass it on.
is a true like you have screenshots or you have proof that you were gossiped or slandered or lied about. Like there is something to this, not just hearsay.
There are people involved. I don't have the screenshots. I wasn't in it, and apparently they deleted the chat. I guess because case was closed.
Lady B, when you think
Yes.
about how you were treated, does it make you want to cry?
No, it makes me want to punch someone.
Damn, that didn't work.
You don't have
No,
the music for that one,
it
do you?
didn't.
Get that Rocky music on.
Well, I wonder if we can get a Blondie and Lady B to become friends again. That's my goal right now.
Hey,
folks.
ladies, do one of you have maybe a monthly problem again, or
No.
it could be right? Okay,
Nice
just a
one,
question.
Shiva.
Shoot.
Nice one.
You know,
Hey.
Blondie
Hey,
and I
wait! I
Let's
was just thinking maybe
Everyone.
one of you guys were almost bleeding to death, so we need to
It
help.
feels that way sometimes. You know what, Shuba? Sometimes it feels that way. I tell you, it does.
Okay.
All right, let's just all take off our clothes and we can work this out. Okay?
Let's not do it live on Twitch, though.
Oh, I forgot. I'm on YouTube.
Hey,
now.
Rick. Hey, Rick. Trey,
Yeah. What?
Trey's here from War and Glory.
All right. Does he have anything to say? Let's get him on. All right. Okay. Let's see what Tay has to say. Oh, he's not server muted. Tay, hello.
What's up, guys?
So,
Hi, Tay.
do you want to talk about the war, or do you want to talk about Lady B versus Blondie tonight? Because I didn't expect this one.
Well, if there's any devil involved, then I'd leave it to the ladies.
I absolutely agree. All right, Tay. Welcome to the podcast at where we
Thanks
sort
for
out
having me.
all the drama live on the air. So, what do you want to comment on?
Well, I have a lot of thoughts and things to say, but what I would start with is why haven't we focused more on the finals instead of this streamer drama?
Agree.
I agree too.
100% agree.
I agree too, but we have like an official CWL podcast that does that, and
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well then let's sling mud.
do you really feel that it's slinging mud? Because I got to tell you how we get things done around here is when there's a problem, it's better to talk it out than to let it fester. And also too, for those that are in the chat, you got to give Blondie a lot of credit for coming on every week and having to deal with these things that happen.
I
I mean, she puts herself out there, and very few do. I've never. I mean, I think Amanda came on here once, but it was very general what we talked about. I think she came in to do predictions, but Blondie is literally the punching bag for all of the admins, and I don't feel that that's fair. And I feel that we should stop saying the word admin, and we should start putting people's names as accountable. So if there is a problem between Lady B and Blondie, maybe there's something that needs to just be sorted out. Maybe it was miscommunication. Maybe it's all based off of a lie. Maybe it's based off of a screenshot that was doctored. Who knows?
Rig. Part
Yes.
of the problem was that I wasn't included in that. They wouldn't allow me to be in the chat room. So these admins don't all have names. The people involved don't all have names to me.
Well, what happened to the transparency that we were supposed to have?
Real
That's
quick,
what I'd like to know.
Lady B, I sent you a DM. Check that real quick online.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Tay, I do want to say that I was really proud of you guys for getting to the end, and you guys made it a very enjoyable stream for me at home to watch. So I want to say thanks to that. I mean, it's like a Super Bowl weekend every time there's a CWL finale, which
our guys did a great job.
I want to point out what a bunch of hotties War and Glory is.
I know, they're all skinny.
Right?
Who would have thought they were so good looking, but we did always like pretend that we were the most handsome clan in the game, but I thought that was all bullshit for a while, but it turns out it's true.
How come you didn't go, Tay? You should have been there.
I'm not
except that guy.
I'm not up to those standards, but
what's his name? Yeah. Goreticus or is it Goreticus? Yeah, he's like he's the bad boy. Gary. The bad boy of the clan. And I know Blondie liked that look. She likes the long hair.
I think that's Chloe. I think you're talking about Chloe.
Was it Chloe?
Yeah.
With the hat?
The hat,
yeah. That guy. Chloe. Well, who the hell's Goreticus?
Do you know when they did you saw the thing on the live stream at the lake? After they'd done that, and they were there with some of the Supercell staff, the female Supercell staff, I might add.
Leaker.
It needs to be leaked. This needs to be leaked. One of them decides to strip off and run into the lake.
Oh, really?
That happened. It really happened. We saw pictures on the War and Glory server, so any of you guys that are looking for the best clan to be in, man, you need to be War and Glory so you can get involved in this.
Adam, go ahead and post that in.
Is Ender the bad boy?
I didn't save that picture.
That's his name.
It was not Ender. I will confirm.
Hi, Ender.
Ender's there. Shout out to Ender. That's pretty cool. You know, they put so much production value into the entire freaking thing, only to do recaps. It's kind of it's so frustrating because these guys put
expensive recap ever made.
It was the most expensive YouTube video ever. I mean, but they have. I think all they need, seriously. I don't know who's running or directing these live streams, but with just if they listen, we could have some truly awesome. I don't want to say replays again. We could have some live war attacks. There is nothing wrong with watching a live attack, even if it's a fail. I think that's part of the exciting part because you're taking away the defense away from the other clan by not showing a failed attack. I
agree with that.
And that's probably what I mean. The same thing happened last season. They were just like they did very similar production. The production's great, but it just wasn't. They're not showing every live attack that goes in. They're like, oh, let's do another replay. So that would be my gripe on that.
All right, I got a couple of final things for Lady B, and then we'll let her go. Lady B, will you make up with Blondie live on the ByeForever show?
I'm happy to make up with Blondie. We will be meeting up, I'm guessing at some point soon for the New York meetup.
Yeah.
All right. I encourage you girls to hug very tightly for that.
I only accept it in a cage fight.
New York Fight Club.
All right. Hopefully they scan for metal objects before you guys get into that place, so nobody brings a knife.
No, we'll just have lots of whiskey.
Okay, that's the way to do it. And Blondie will have her bourbon. She's not.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, but one last thing, Lady B. There was one point of your stream where there was nothing but bouncing boobies all over the war screen. I need to make a request. Can you just put your boobies to the side a little? Wait, that came out wrong. But you know what I mean. I mean, put the emotes off.
Spam.
Yeah, no. You can keep the real ones in the middle of the screen.
Is that new? I'd never had seen that before. Maybe I'm just not like.
Blondie, there were so many bouncing boobies.
If you came by my stream sometime, maybe you'd see them.
All right. Okay. I'm there. Tag me next time you're on. I'll come running.
Okay.
Check out those boobs.
Shub does the same thing as Lady B. They both have that like emote spam shit, and it takes away from the content when you're trying to like watch that live war attack, and it's just.
I had to shut it off. I did. There was a point I actually had to shut it off because people wouldn't stop during the lives. So we can turn it on and off, but it's nice because it gives more for a streamer. It brings more interactivity to the stream, and the whole thing, keep people hyped throughout. When you're doing 3 to 4 hours and you want to keep people there, you need to keep them excited about something. You need to keep them occupied, having fun. And that's the part of streams, is that people get to watch war. They get to be a part of it. And that's how you build followers. Everything with the CWL, they need to respect the streamers, and yes, maybe there needs to be guidelines, but you need to respect the streamers for what they do, because they build up the hype. They bring people in, they bring new clans in, new people that want to play the game.
Yeah. I think having someone in charge of their, video team or whatever they want to get, the media team, who's actively involved in like the Twitch side of things, would probably be a good thing, because someone who's never even gone to any of these streams being in charge of it doesn't really work, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but on the other hand, there can't be any bias, there can't be any ego involved in it, and they can't be barring people from doing streams just because they don't like them and they don't like what they have to say. When it's not specifically hurting the league, when it's geared towards people individually, that's a different thing than it being at the league. Adam does not hate the league. I don't hate the league. We both love it. We've tried doing what's right by it, and it's turned into a mess. And, a lot of this did start out because I spoke up for Adam. And, I will do it 10 times over again. I don't care. If I think something is wrong, I will speak out for it. I wish more people would do that in the administration.
I think they like me. I speak my mind too. Blondie, do the admins like me?
I don't know. You would have to ask them individually.
You are an admin.
Contrary to what you think, Rig, we don't sit in the admin chat and discuss Rigoletto the entire time.
Well, there's been some very suspicious, these little voice. Oh, in fact, look at, if you go into Podcast Chill right now, you see these very suspicious little voice characters with 3 dots at the very top of that list. I strongly believe that those are admins.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Like, if you go right now to the top of the voice, everyone that's in Podcast Chill.
Yeah.
Look at the very top 2.
There's a red one and there's always a blue one too.
Yeah, the blue one is sneaky. I've tried to boot it out and it keeps coming back. I know that's Amanda. That's probably Rudax. I mean, why would Rudax not listen to the show? I know he's in here somewhere.
Yeah, he listens to it.
Yeah. Or as he would say, yup. See? Cascazilla says it. Admins are spying on your chat, Rig. I knew it. I knew it. Blondie's feeding him information on how to get here. I know.
Well, you know how I feel about you, Rig. Obviously.
No, Blondie and I have been talking Clash for almost a year now. In fact, wow, I gotta check the calendar. But your 1-year anniversary with me is coming up. We gotta do something special.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like I think it's in a month.
Okay, for our 1-year anniversary, I want you to play the clip of you proposing to me on one knee to be your co-host.
I have it. I have it.
Yeah. Okay. Dig it out.
I'll find it before the anniversary date comes up, because it's like in 3 or 4 shows.
If we're requesting clips, can we also play the one where you're drunk and tell one that you love her and she appreciates you in return?
Oh yeah, friend zone.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, Rig. It's all right. I get that all the time. All right.
I do. I appreciate you.
Oh, that's what she said. I appreciate you.
Is that what it was? I don't remember.
Yeah, you did. You said I appreciate you too. That was pretty funny. And Lady B, keep Mr. B off of your stream. Keep him away from the camera.
He's listening in the other room right now.
Oh,
hey, he's a hottie. Right. They were talking about him earlier. Asked if I'd seen pictures. I'm like, I've met him in real life.
Yeah.
What'd you think of him? Did he stink like BO or anything?
He's so nice.
Okay.
So nice. They both are. Lady B and her husband are incredibly kind. And
I'm trying to find a flaw in this guy. Can't find a flaw.
Dead to me. Shush. Go back in your cage where you belong.
Magic says he's at LA-13. Wow, he's off the charts.
When you met Mr. B, was he wearing just a towel? Because that's always how I picture him.
Yeah, I have a feeling this guy is Towel Guy. Do you marry Towel Guy?
I did not marry Towel Guy.
Okay. I was just wondering. If you don't know what that means, listen to the podcast more often. All right. Well, we're wrapping it up here, I think, for the official podcast. I'm glad that you guys kept talking. I feel like the mood is a little lighter now. Blondie and Ladyb. I hate to see my ladies fight. It's not nice. All right. And also,
I will say I do love Blondie, but I'm the type of person Did you
stop there? Just stop with your love.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like me.
I love you too, Lady B.
I just start digging holes with whatever.
We'll work it out.
Yeah, just don't hate me. Don't hate me for speaking my mind. The same.
Same. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I want a picture of a hug from New York when that happens.
Okay.
Please, I want that so bad. Okay. Adam.
Fucking creeper.
We're absolute 100%. All right, Adam. We are going to stay on. We're going to stay on for the post show, but we are going to say thank you to our guests tonight, Ladyb, Shubalou in the house. In fact, we didn't have a chance to play a song, but I'm going to play it right now for you guys because it is the most wonderful time of the week.
It's the most wonderful time of the week.
Love that.
Impressive, Shuba.
Thanks, Shub.
I know.
And Adam, you are the star of the weekend. I can't say it enough times. I enjoy watching your stream. And you are 100% right that those that stream the wars, they have to know what they're doing. They have to be in the media. I agree with you. I don't think everybody's going to agree, but I agree with you. And I appreciate all of the knowledge and insight you bring to all the war recaps. It's amazing what you do. So, if you don't know who Adam is, go over to twitch.tv/time2clash and please follow him and even sub to him. Keep him going. We need these kind of streamers. And to all the streamers, I in fact, I didn't give enough love, but Scottoria, Ladyb, Shubalou, it goes on. You guys can keep naming them if you want in the chat. It'll show up on the stream. Eclipse, absolutely. Shout out to Eclipse for speaking his mind. I know that he does not see eye to eye right now with the way the CWL is run, but he's got his own views, and that's what's cool. He can say yes or no to it. And maybe someday we'll get him to join up for some league action. That'd be great. Who knows? Maybe NDL or ICL would like to have him on. Adam, do you have anything you want to say in closing?
Yeah, can I use my star status to have a couple of minutes?
Absolutely. Go ahead, and then we'll close out, and then we'll let everyone do their shout-outs. Go ahead.
Well, while we're shouting out streamers, I mean, even though it was official and unofficial, I heard lots of good things about what Hey Bagel did, what King of the North did. I heard lots of good things about what Joe and Kea and Clash Bastion all did equally. Modest Moose and St. Louis, who streamed with ourselves, as well as Ladyb. They all did great jobs. I know Ash made the mistake, and I know he's taken a lot of hassle about it, but he's a great guy. And he adds loads to the community, albeit most of it's to the Royale community, but still, he brings people to games. And I know from speaking to him, he's actually got some plans to do some more stuff for Clash of Clans, which is only good for us. And equally, Monster D did a great job as well. Like I said, everyone did awesome. I'm sorry to Blondie, because I did put a bit too much pressure on earlier. And, you're right, she does come on here and take all the abuse. And it's not always fair. So I am sorry to Blondie for that. I'm a bit too passionate sometimes, and I know that comes across badly, so I am sorry. But most of all, I'm not the star this weekend. War and Glory were, and Dot Looters maybe a little bit, but War and Glory getting to that final was mega. The guys were superb. Doesn't matter that they lost, because they still put on a great show. All 40 of them, because I was on the bench, the bastards. But yeah, all 40 of them did great, and I was really impressed. And I don't care that they lost. I still thought they did amazing, and I'm super proud to be part of that clan.
Well,
I didn't fucking care. That fucking trophy is in fucking Nazi Germany now. That's horrible.
Above and beyond one lie, don't worry, it's all good.
Shubs,
no, it's not.
Shubs, how do you feel about Dark Looters? You give them a shout out.
No. I promised to do a shout out to my man Yaido there. And I have to say, close your eyes if you don't want to hear this, but my goal in life is to suck Yido's ginormous dick. Okay, that's my shout out. Okay, that's it. That's it. That was my shout out for today.
Well, maybe you guys can meet in New York too. How about that? Next to Blondie and Ladyb. We'll make that
just
happen.
Dead quick, I'm shouting out Rorak as well because I forgot him and I'm going to get shot.
Yeah, in fact, Adam, after the show tonight sometime, why don't you send me a list of the streamers that you want to shout out, and I'll put them to the show notes. We can, because there's a lot of streamers that even I'm not familiar with, and if they have your recommendation, then I will absolutely follow them. So why don't you do that for me after?
I will do.
Okay, and of course, our lovable Blondie, who tonight was a little bit of a punching bag, but she handles herself very well and professional.
Oh, thank you very much. My shout out tonight goes to QWERTY. He fell into a bonfire and gave himself third-degree burns. Hopefully, he's recovering and starting to feel better. My guy at QWERTY from EE.
All right. Let me give him a special shout out too. Douchebag. All right. Stay away from the fire.
It's even worse than that. He was sober.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
All right. And shout out to Supercell. Do a better job on your streams.
Definitely.
And
I do shout out to Scott.
absolutely.
Yeah, man. Scotty's the real lad.
Scott is the man.
Yep. Hey, do I get my shout outs, Rick, or not?
There you go, DeadPlate. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I want to shout out Fideli, Jose, and Darth. Darth, Texas, as you all know, is now going to be a streamer. So he's setting up his stream,
really?
and he's getting a stream. Yes.
That's exciting.
Yeah, that's going to.
North Texas.
Yeah. And just so you all know, right now Eclipse is streaming live. So if you want to go hear more about anything, I think he's going to probably rant a little bit more tonight. Just got to push him in that direction, if you know what I mean.
I'm excited to see that stream with Darth.
Me too.
He's so brutally honest. It's going to be a great stream. The guy won't hold back. And also, I know DeadPlate wants to say this.
Fuck you, modders.
All right. Always a classic. And that's pretty much it for our iTunes episode. We're going to stay on. Blondie, thanks for coming on. I know you had a long day.
Yeah, no worries.
And I'm
happy
glad that you and Ladyb made up so
too.
much. I mean, sort of. Hopefully not when this conversation ends.
More to come.
All right. Well, keep us posted, and we want to hear more about this New York trip. Okay.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's end with Gem Money, and then we'll start the Patreon bonus show, guys. All right. So stick around. Here we go.
Good. Bye forever.
I'm out too. Stay well, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye forever.
Bye, brother.
Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. All these haters jealous. I'm about to have a heyday. I'm about to cop some gems, cause tomorrow is my payday. I can't move on to the next town hall till I'm done upgrading. So for the next 3 hours, I'll be in the bathroom playing Clash of Clan, Clash of Clan. Yeah, I got gem money. Just got these new air missiles and they going dragon hunting. I just sped up some more troops. I'm gonna steal some more loot. And when they ask if I spent real cash, I say of course, dude. Shit, I probably could've bought a Porsche, dude. Or at least a baby horse, dude. Damn. If we weren't always at war, dude. But I love gems, I think I'm gonna buy some more. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gem money. I got gem money. I got gem money. Clash of Clan, Clash of Clans. I got gym money. I got gym money. I